Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, so I've got desktop and microphone audio on the recording now too. So, uh, yeah. All right, so we also have teleporting set up right now. So basically, anywhere you can teleport, this line's white. If you point somewhere else, it's red, and you can toggle those on and off independently just by clicking down the thumbstick on the controller. And here we have sequence interactions set up. So on this side, we have animation based slider, lever, and button, and then over there we have physics based. And basically, what needs to happen here is every time we interact with one of these, the corresponding light will light up. But if I interact with like the button or the lever here, as an example, before I interact with the things previously in the sequence, those lights aren't going to light up. So it's um, just doing things like in a laboratory experience where you're going to have to do certain steps in a certain order before you can progress. And then same for Josh on the other side. He has to do his physics interactions in that particular order. But we also have it set up where you might have independent sequences of things that happen that need to like be synchronized at a certain point. So his sequence can happen before I do any of my stuff, but then I still have to do all my stuff and he has to do all his stuff before this final light will light up. So I can start doing different things here. And the physics lever is a little buggy still.
It's springy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's difficult. I had to wake him up.
So, yeah, now that we've both got all the interactions and that final light lights up, and then we also have these networked like grabbable objects that Assam has been messing with over there. For some reason, the scaling changes when we release them sometimes. So, uh, and then we also have a reset button. If you want to just reset, if you're throwing a bunch of stuff around or whatever, you can just reset them to their original positions. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything we have here. We do have a couple wheel interactions too that are in progress. So that's what this section is here.
I'm
Uh,
absolutely amazed that in essence you're able to take what Minnesota Nice was trying to do in one environment and do it now across distance.
yeah. I mean, to be completely transparent, there's definitely still bugs we need to work out. Mark, if you were at all paying attention to our Discord over this past weekend, you'll have seen that uh, spent a lot of time trying to fix things. And one thing that we need to work on is networking the movement of objects. So in Minnesota Nice, we were basically just sending network information updates as quickly as possible. So network lag wasn't as big of a factor, and because we were in the same environment, it was also not a huge factor. Where here, it's definitely more of an issue, and we're probably going to have to implement some kind of prediction so that we can account for that network lag and still have a smooth experience. Uh,
Well, so when you pick up an object, right, does it change state anyway, or is it still a physics-based motion? You're just using the hand to control it.
it's using the XR like grabbable scripts, and you can configure how it follows your hand, whether it's instantaneous or like a kinematic rigid body or like the velocity tracking like we were doing in Minnesota Nice.
Right.
Um, what we're also doing is changing ownership. So that's not something we did in Minnesota Nice. So with the networking stuff, every object is owned by either the client or the server. So,
Right.
like the client in this case, when Hassam has the water bottle, is writing network updates to Josh and I into the server saying where that water bottle is.
Okay.
So when you grab an object, you take ownership of it. What we are running into is we were initially, the second you release it, giving ownership back to the server, but then that was making the lack of prediction extremely obvious because the server would take control and then it would kind of like lurch around for a bit. Um, so what we're doing now is keeping ownership until someone else grabs it. But currently that starts an infinite loop of starting and stopping interactions. So we're not going to do that right now. That's something we still have to look into. But overall, yeah, we're looking pretty good in terms of compared to Minnesota Nice. We have most of that same stuff happening here. And if you saw on the Azure VM, we do have a headless server build, so it's just a console application now. So there's no rendering costs on the VM, so that definitely helps performance-wise too.
Yeah, but a better VM would also help too.
Yeah, for sure. Because we haven't tested this with more than 4 clients, and I'm sure the more we get in here, the less efficient it'll be. But
Yeah, that overhead's going to go up exponentially with the number of clients.
yeah. But I will say with Forge networking, they're also a lot more efficient with how often they're sending data. So, or compared to like Minnesota Nice. So it shouldn't be as expensive to have more clients. And then we're also not networking all the physics data as well. We're just networking the position and rotation of objects.
Man, I've got so many people I want you to demo this off to. Like this week.
Yeah.
Man, this. Congratulations, guys. This is great.
Yeah, this
Thanks.
is really good.
Right. You know, we haven't talked much about avatars, but
Yeah, we'll improve those.
Yeah.
We didn't have time to do more, but we have found information on like setting up hands, kind of like we had in Minnesota Nice, and then for the heads, obviously we can do something different
Josh,
too.
did you do any modeling in this?
No, I did not. Pretty much everything was either use simple primitives or that lab package that I got from Asset Store on Black Friday.
The textures on this lab package are super good. Like looking at this table and stuff, like
I didn't want to overstep, anything as far as the Continent team goes.
Yeah.
I figured.
Man, there's
taking
gonna
away
be
all their fun.
there's gonna be plenty. Don't worry about stealing anybody's thunder. Man.
Okay.
I've spent way too much money on Kit Bash this year.
The lab package actually is pretty in depth. It's way more than what you're seeing here. We're probably only using maybe about 1%, but at the same time, a lot of it's got a lot of tries. It's quite extensive.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah, we didn't bake any lighting or do anything, so it could actually look quite a bit better than this. I don't know if Marty's gotten close to the tables at all. In his
yeah, I've been
recordings,
trying to
but,
look up close a little bit.
Yeah,
See
there's
the
quite
texture
a bit of
and
detail.
Yeah, man, if you can keep the real-time lighting in the Quest, because I imagine you're going to lose a lot of that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, we're running this on the link cables right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, when you take this untethered, you're going to lose the real-time highlights in the right places. You know, the real-time shading will still be there. The quality of the shadows is really going to suffer.
Yeah.
But you can fix a lot of that by baking the lighting.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we can save that for later. That's cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop my recording.